Ai o loo Samoan nei le vaa le Roger Revelle a le malo o Amerika o loo latou whaataunuuina suenga whaapitoi o ngā sami ma mea ese o loo iai o le tātou watunuu. Ma Samoa le avanoa a alo mawhanau o loo latou aveina le mata upu whaasainisi i le Universite Awa o Samoa e latou te asia i le nei vaa.
O le taula ai o le Roger Revelle i Samoa, o le whaataunuuina le o suenga e peo na whaatupeina i le malo a Amerika. E mataituina ai fesuia ingo le tau, ngā solongo le tai, ma le ngā tei whale o Samoa o loo iai nei. O le nei wa aolo malanga mai ni so polofesa, o saientisi e maise le vaenga o inisinia, ua lava le tomai e whai ai suenga i vaenga whape nei. O le nei fo i vaenga o le afua ina i fo i mane le loto o atu i le afe futo o ngā sami o Samoa, mo le whaia i ai o suenga. O le sini au tue pe ona whailoa le soa polofesa suenga ia Matthew Alford, e te tau ona i loma sila fia la fua o se o ngā sami, ma e mawhai ai fo i le Pasifika o na malama, i le si o le tai ma le tūlanga e ai le pāneta ono le fesuia ingo le tau. O le avanoa fo i e pe ona mawhai ona o atuai le whanawa o nei ai maise nisi o whai a onga, e moli mauina ngā luenga o loo whaataunuina i lātou nei, o se avanoa tāua tele.
Ia lela lena mato mai si mato tanga i fo i ma lava i fo i po avi masini ma teknologi lo whaangai na lwainga le nei vai taimi o le whai lava singa whainga tā te lo science le whaangai lwainga le ai le lei o ina i fo i aniso alum whana o le universite o e fo i lo au tilo fo i le toa inga fo i tafa ioi e musinga lwenga i luma.
Whailoa fo i le whanau nei usosoani tele nei a se singa mo i lātou. Ma se ata whaata atio ngā luenga i ona mawhai ona o lātou whaatino i nei le lumanai.
A bea whanewa noa tāua e sosoani ai mātou wangale i tū tau Korea. E wawa ai e alo te le lava nisi awa noa out there e sosoani ai mātou a mese lava le. So ngale is environmental science, like ngā o le environment ai i wale le ele ma tua pe i api wa vele awa noa e open eye to like, you know, expand more ma develop ai ale interest o ka maiki e fia if you study more in science.
E toa lua fo inisio sui mai na matangan wenga puna ua whaan natura mai si o manga, ua maua awa noa e whaatasi atuai i la ua male au waan nei, i le whaatau duwina o suenga nei mo le masina fou, e peo le tama ita ia Tessa Charity ta fua.
Lo i loa e ta ua tele lea research o lea au ngā lua whaatasi ai mai na nai scientisia mai Amerika. Na fo e ta ua fo i mo tato i nei Samoa e meisele mtanga luenga o sisi o manga. E wha pe mātou tai munu. Ia e ngā fo i me mātou a wale alua lui lumo al mātou service le provide.
Au ngā male wha moe ia malama tili Samoa i ona o ngā sami o loo iai nei. Ma selebes tāta le wai whanua.
And Roger Revelle, a research vessel from the United States of America, is currently docked in the Apia Harbor to conduct U.S. government-funded research on ocean currents, climatic changes, and marine biology of Samoa. Meanwhile, science students from the NUS has had the opportunity to a tour on this vessel.
A team of oceanographers, scientists, and engineers are on board the Roger Revelle, providing a complicated research platform that will allow scientists to get better understanding of the water currents in the Samoan Passage.
Samoan Passage is about 300 kilometers north of here, and it's a very narrow gap in a big ridge of mountains beneath the sea surface. So it's 5.5 kilometers down, and through it is a really strong flow of water moving towards the north. That's a really vital part of the ocean circulation.
The research will also include measuring underwater waves reach over 1,000 feet.
So the reason is that an unbelievably large amount of water that originally was in Antarctica sank to the seafloor and is moving northward along the South Pacific seafloor, all has to squeeze through the very narrow Samoan Passage. So if you think about how much water this is, you think about Apia's rugby stadium, and every second, about 50 times, if you imagine filling up the rugby stadium with water, about 50 times that much water would go through the passage every single second. So it's a tremendous amount of water, and it's a really vital part of the climate system. So what we're interested in is how this really large and vigorous flow of water might be changing as we, as human beings, alter the climate with all of our carbon dioxide and our fossil fuels.
Students and teachers who visit the vessel were more than happy with the opportunity they have had to be on this vessel and experience what goes on board the Revelle.
Interesting to see what the equipment is being used and what the results of the studies will be in the next 39 days. So basically, it's been a good opportunity for the students to be shown or exposed to what's available on these research vessels.
This is a really good opportunity for the Met services to be involved in research like this, and it's also good to get to interact and work with top scientists, especially with the topic that they're working on. It relates really well to our Met division. It will also help us with our services.
Matthew stated that he will lead a team to study and measure the water flows and assess ocean turbulence.
I'm really excited about this research because people made measurements inside the Samoan Passage 20 years ago, and nobody has ever measured the currents down at the seafloor in the Samoan Passage since. And so we're really interested in seeing what's happened in those 20 years. Will it be less water moving? Will it be more water moving? The other thing that we're doing that I'm really excited about is we've developed some really specialized instruments that we can measure the turbulence and the breaking waves that are going on deep beneath the sea surface, and we can measure those and see what that's like.
Two Samoan scientists from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment will join the ship and participate in the research next month.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. This is our second cruise out of 3, and on our last cruise we did our best to reach out to the Samoan community. We actually wound up having a really nice afternoon interacting with a village in Lufi, and we've really been enjoying getting to know people. So we're very excited to have 2 Samoans and 1 Fijian student coming on our cruise this time. And based on all of the interest that we've had, we're actually hoping that we might have a lot more students next year.
Matthew also stated that this research is important for the reason that the deep circulation of the Pacific is the key to understand sea level rise and the way the planet will respond to climate change. Marcela Besta, TV3 News.